Hi, it's Greg from Curry Country Living. Welcome. In this episode, we're going to be talking to Mike Maloney, Fire Chief of the Riviere-Pembina Fire Department, and we're going to be talking to all of his guys. This is going to be part one. It's too long of a video to get it all in one, and I want you to meet all the guys that were at the practice burn. And in this video, you're going to be seeing them in the Riviere Fire Department station house, and you're going to be seeing quite a few shots of the burn. And in part two, you're going to be seeing the guys that I interviewed out at the burn site, which is the old, I call it the old Ray Kozak farm. The fire department is volunteer, huge asset to any small community. They have them in, they have the volunteers in Crystal City, Pilot Mound, Riviere, Manitou, and Darlingford. They all work together when they need to, and they do a lot of practicing on their own time. So have a look, and we'll talk to you at the end of the video.
Hi, my name is Mike Maloney. I'm the Fire Chief with the Pembina Riviere Fire Department. Been the chief here since 2009. Today we've got the department all gathered up. We're going to go do a live burn on an old house that a resident of the municipality's asked us to get rid of for him. The plan is we're going to throw some guys in, do some interior attacks, do some live fire, and then provided the wind and stuff plays in our favor, we'll bring the house right to the ground. And if not, then we'll leave that for another day. We do have some exposures that we need to protect today, so that's going to be the big deciding factor to whether we let the fire go right to the ground or not. So. We've got two members today that are taking their level 1 firefighting to get certified provincially. So it's a good opportunity for them to get in and see some live fire action during their training. It just helps with the stuff they're learning in the classroom making more sense. So we currently have 20 volunteers on the roster, so we are strictly volunteer. There's no paid positions here. Everybody carries a pager, and when the tones go off, just whoever's available to make it shows up. So some days I could have 4 people, and the next day I could have 15, 20 people, so it's really hard to judge. We do run mutual aid with the Pembina Manitou department all the time, so if anything happens in Riviere or in Manitou or in between, the two of us respond together. And then we do a lot of mutual aid assistance with the RM of Louise as well. So multiple departments working together at different times, just because we're all low on volunteers and stuff. So we're always looking, if guys are interested, looking for young guys that are willing to bust their back a little bit for their community. So,
can you tell me about the, just talking about the volunteers a little bit more, can you tell me a little bit about the age range and what kind of people you have working here? What kind of walks of life?
We have everybody from 19 years old. We actually had 2 start at 16 as junior firefighters. One is still very currently active. And then we have some members that have been on the department for almost 50 years. So we've got a very large range of experience and age. Our average age is probably I would say around 35, 40-ish, somewhere in there. It's hard for the young guys to commit to this stuff with everything else going on, but we do have some really extremely dedicated volunteers that are young, so it's working out well.
Can you talk about the equipment? What kind of equipment does the Larriview Fire Department have?
So we run 3 trucks here. The one I'm leaned up against here is custom built by Les Wickland. It's a tanker pumper, so we carry 3,000 gallons of water, plus 2 pumps on this truck, 1050, so that's 1,050 gallons a minute, this single pump. Plus we have a 500 GPM pump on it, which will pump on the roll. So we could drive along the road spraying water with this particular unit. The one next to it is our quick response unit. That was custom built for us in 2019. We bought a used body and had Acres fire trucks, put it all together with a brand new F550 chassis. So that's our quick response unit. It has a 250 gallon a minute pump on it, carries our extrication tools and rescue stuff. Carries 4 members, and we can have 2 suited in SCBAs in the back as we're rolling up on scene. And then our third unit is our heavy rescue. It's mostly used as a personnel carrier and utilities now. It has a 15 kilowatt generator, so we have lots of power on scene and a place for the guys to go and warm up. It's an older truck, but it was donated to us for a $50,000 tax receipt to the municipality. So we're fairly low cost on equipment here in Larriview, but we have what I consider some of the best equipment around. We carry Jaws of Life, which are a 10,000 PSI hydraulic extrication tool, which we don't have to use very often, thank goodness, but they're there and they can peel anything apart we need to peel apart.
So this is a training exercise today, but, and I know this is January the 20th. It's about minus 25 out there. It's a good time to be burning houses. I think that's one of the reasons you're doing it. But what kind of other training exercises do you guys do? Well,
it gets the guys used to dealing with the equipment in the cold, right? We got to remember with our pump operator, we got to keep water flowing all the time, right? Hard water doesn't work good for fighting fire. So it's a good exercise for the pump operator. It's a good time for the guys to get used to their gear in the cold weather, because believe it or not, we do a lot of firefighting in the cold. Not that long ago we were out on, I think the wind chill was minus 42, and we were out of structure fires. So it's just a good practice for the guys, and it lets me know what equipment we maybe have to adjust or change or update due to the cold weather. So.
Okay, I'm Madison Van Dam. I'm from Pilot Mound, and I'm on the fire department because my dad is the fire chief.
So he didn't force you to come on, though. I think you enjoy this.
I do. It was a little bit of a push because we started the junior volunteer program when I was 16, so I really couldn't do much. I was really by the truck and doing stuff that it wasn't really right in the fire, so it was a little bit of a push for me to do it, but glad I'm here now. I don't know. We really were on call 24/7 unless another branch or fire department is covering for us. You get a page, you go, you do as much as you can. Sometimes you can't do everything, but...
Have you been on any calls?
I go, right now I'm living in Brandon for nursing school, but when I'm home I come to any call that I can, mostly because Dad drags me out of bed, but...
What's your favorite piece of equipment?
Mine? Probably the side-by-side.
Side-by-side, but we're standing right beside.
Yep.
My name is David Flores. I am with the Riviere Fire Department. I got introduced to this place by my brother-in-law, Warren Lee. I'm originally from Hawaii and moved up here with Warren's sister, Rebecca. And then Warren introduced me to the fire department, asked me if I wanted to come and join the guys here. And I was like, yeah, that sounds fun. Sounds exciting.
What a great way to get to know the guys. So.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Talk about growing up in a warm climate, coming to something like Canada, and getting involved with something.
Well, it's a bit of a culture shock, a little bit, But I like it might sound kind of weird, but I like the cold. In Hawaii, I hated the heat. I hated being hot all the time, so coming up here was kind of fitting for me. It took some getting used to, and I'm still getting used to it. But yeah, I love it. I wouldn't want to be, besides home, I wouldn't want to be anyplace else. Currently, I'm set to get my level 1 course. We're doing a level 1 course and stuff right now, so I'm en route to get that. And yeah.
Okay, I'm Joe Thompson. I've been here for, almost 30 years now. I guess I think I took my level 1 in 96 or 97. I've been away, working away, but they let me stay on as one of the members, so that's pretty good, because I'm not available all the time. I spent half a year in Thompson, and, I work in Winkler, but I come when I can.
So talk to me about joining the volunteer fire department 30 years, the biggest change you've seen in the last 30 years.
How politically correct do I have to be?
I can edit.
No, there's some things don't change because some things just, it is what it is. Fire doesn't change, so some things don't change. There's a little more politics. Maybe I'm just aware of it more now because of my age, but I just wasn't aware of it when I was 20. That could be. I don't know.
What about the equipment?
There's a lot more stuff available. We're a small department, so we don't always have the stuff that Winnipeg has. But it is interesting to see some of the stuff that's available. We do have more stuff. Like, some of the stuff is so much better, but at the end of the day, it is what it is.
What 30 years? Is there a fire that sticks out in your mind as memorable?
There's been a few. Some of the things that stick out more in my mind aren't fires; they're more accidents and stuff. But there was the one that comes to mind first is that bale fire in Snowflake that lasted for 24 hours or something like that. That one just went on and on and on. But yeah, some are short, some are quick, and whatever.
Actually, that's something I haven't touched on. But you guys are involved in helping EMS and accidents. What kind of role does the volunteer fire department play when there's an accident, a highway accident?
Typically traffic control for one thing, and we do have jaws of life, so if there's any requirement for that, then we're right in, hands-on, whatever. But typically we set up traffic control, and there's been some accidents on number 3 where we've had to route cars around on a detour, so then we'll have trucks at both ends of a detour turning cars and stuff. So yeah, and it's tricky here, traffic control, if there's ever an accident on this hill, can be tricky because of the fact that it's a valley, and loaded grain trucks don't just stop on the hill when they come around the corner, so there's some tricky scenarios there.
Dave, it's a great way to get introduced to the community and to get to know the guys.
It is, yeah, and Dave's a good example because I probably wouldn't know Dave otherwise, right? I work in Morden, I live north of here, and I would maybe know him from seeing him around. But yeah, we have meetings, our monthly meetings and our practices and stuff, so you get to know, you get to meet people and know people that you probably, I wouldn't know Evan Sesmastruck, right, if I wasn't here. So, when we've had some laughs and a couple drinks, so that's good.
My name is Leslie Maloney. I've been on the fire department for 7 or 8 years in capacity of secretary and firefighter. First I started dating Mike and I kind of took over the secretary role, and then once I was done having a baby, I took on the role of a firefighter. We've had lots of hands-on training, done a couple live burns. I haven't done my level 1, don't have time with work and kids at home. It's a huge commitment, but what a big reward to be so responsible for your community's safety. We do events fun events for the community on top of the firefighting part of it. We do community safety awareness events, help with fundraising for other parts of the community. It's just really community based, and it feels great to be part of your community.
You have a daughter on the fire, and I have a son on the fire department. So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah. It's scary. She's a lot more hands-on than I am. I am learning to run the pump, and I'm kind of like the outside girl, keep everybody organized, and like if Mike needs me to do something, I do more running around. I'm not so much comfortable with running in the burning building, but she's like all over it and wants to be part of that. I've done some live burns, and I'm like, well, that's probably enough for me. So yeah, it's great to see, and Jameson's like so involved and just wants to be part of it. It's their enthusiasm is like super exciting.
Hi, I'm Jordan Young, been on the fire department for 13 years. I'm a captain, been living in the area my whole life. I was just looking to volunteer with the community, and it was something I'm always interested in doing. And yeah.
So somebody...
I would have known Jameson just because we're similar age, but it's definitely a better way to introduce more people, like new members to the community and stuff like that, and just a great way to integrate. Well, it's dress warm for it and try to not sweat, but that's pretty tough doing what we do, but I typically don't get too cold, so other people struggle maybe more. I'd be probably more on the hose myself, but I do run the truck if we need to, depending on turnout for the day.
Well, thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed that video, consider giving me a thumbs up, subscribing to the Curry Country YouTube channel or the Curry Country Living Facebook, following along so you don't miss anything. And my personal favorite is leaving some comments in the comment section. Or some shares. Get the word out. Volunteers do a wonderful job. They should be recognized. And as always, stay safe, and we'll talk to you next time.